Hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another week of Winning Ways, where we've got some very interesting stuff. We're going to be chatting all about Dubai World Cup in your call. We've got some interesting news, and you're looking sprightly.
Yeah, a lot of rain in the province this weekend, James.
Yeah, no, it's been pouring. I couldn't even.
Did you walk here?
I walked, of course.
Jeez,
Where do you think? My chariot's gone. Yeah, been hot.
Seen more attractive amphibians.
Yeah, it's been a lot of rain.
Yeah,
but the point is more importantly, how about your beloved Spurs?
My beloved Spurs roll on. They completely slaughtered Bournemouth.
Yeah, but they can't catch Leicester. You're going to finish poor seconds, bright lanes again.
We've got a tough run in, so it's going to be hard. But the teams behind us have got tough runs. I think Leicester, I think everybody's second team at the moment. It's just a lot of support. And they keep winning. They keep doing it, but it's going to get tough for them, and they cannot afford too many hiccups because Arsenal won. Man United are now chasing a top 4 position. Liverpool did their usual and stumbled.
Yeah, they stumbled badly, Liverpool.
Yeah, they were 2-0 up.
Yeah, and they got beaten 3-2.
3-2.
How was their manager running around like a banshee at half-time? What's his name? Koff or
Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, Klopp. Yeah. He got klopped, okay?
Yeah.
Because the next one was Koeman, was running around like a banshee at the end.
Yeah, 2 goals in the last 7 minutes. But the league, very tight. I think at the bottom it looks bad for the teams up north.
What I want to know is, have you had the call-up to kick the penalties for the Sharks?
They phoned me, but Neil Tovey got in ahead of me. Neil's going to do it with his left foot. I actually asked Neil. Neil said he'd get maybe backheel it over or get it with his left foot.
Well, will he ambidextrous? What was that all about? Peterson can't kick a ball over from in front of the post.
Yeah, it's just like
the right. Schoolboys can do it.
I thought he just had to slot it over. His team cheered when the penalty was given.
Well, Marcel Coetzee was phenomenal over the ball to get the ball and get the penalty. That was just an unbelievable bit of play. You know, letdown it must feel for them after you cannot. A guy of Peterson's stature and experience, he's been around the block.
All over the place. He's
but
been
maybe
around the block.
He's a
but it can happen.
supporter.
It can happen. Unfortunately,
Nothing can
these things happen. But
professionals shouldn't miss those things.
I just saw everyone's head drop afterwards, and hope it doesn't affect them because they've got a Kiwi team coming into town.
Yeah.
But your Crusaders are in town. But what about Arsenal? I always like to end on Arsenal.
Yeah.
They won?
They won, yeah.
Did you watch?
No. But I did watch the Lions win. The Lions playing the Cheetahs.
Yeah,
that, to me, was the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
The Lions is phenomenal. What a team. Best team in South Africa by miles. Anyway, let's go on and have a look. We've got quite a full program. 3 to follow. Let's go and look at that.
His dad, Distorted Humor, he's probably one of his best sons at stud.
I'll have another, wins the Derby.
I'll have another in the Preakness.
Lilacs and Lace, 48-1, upset.
He's just a big, strong, leggy horse.
Right, well, let's go and have a look at our 3 to follow. Some impressive type of horses.
James that's fantastic. You look so much better. The last look was like Matthew Lips after he'd done the Comrades, but
well, there are
you look good.
Few anomalies there. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Firstly, Matthew Lips not doing no Comrades.
No.
The only Comrades he's doing, sitting behind his desk, making Comrades of all the trainers that they're handicapping their horses. So let's move on. Kenilworth, Saturday, 19th of March, 2016. Let's go and have a look at the first race at Kenilworth. Maiden juvenile plate, 1100 meters, couple of winners in here. We picked up the Joey Ramsden runner, drawn on the inside, owned by some mates of ours, so we better have a close look at this one.
Yeah, James, this is a good run. Slightly tardy at the gate. It's a small field, and your winner is a Wake Up Maggie, a great Rod Stewart chirp, and beats Extra Dart. And these two dominate from a long way out, but I do like the debut run of Moon's a Balloon, a famous book by David Niven called Moon's a Balloon. Do you remember the book?
A great book.
Great
Absolutely book. A fantastic
a good read to anybody. Moon's a Balloon, it's obviously named after that. Yeah. And James, just here, it starts getting into the race.
Absolutely, it's tucked in on the inside behind Wake Up Maggie, who's cantering along in front. Now remember, the 2 horses that ran first and second are both won first time out, and Extra Diet ran 1 third time out, but they both won, And Moons a Balloon starts running on here, and then just the last bit gives up the ghost. But under quite a tender ride, you've got to believe. He just gave her a little backhander there and just kept her to the job. We hope that she wins for these guys. These are mates of ours. Alamanza, Knowles, Korivek and Joel.
Yeah, they've got a nice
and Karuna Naidu, you know, is a good guy. So
KP. James, it's Western Winter out of a Giant Causeway mare.
Beautifully bred.
Yeah, it's a very nice filly.
Yeah, let's hope that goes and wins for them next time out. I think that'll probably go in. That'd look like a good run. Scottsville, Sunday the 20th of March. Let's go and have a look at race 1. De Kock machine rolls on, and we were going to try and get Mike de Kock on the line today, but unfortunately it's a holiday, so there's no switchboard opening in KwaZulu-Natal. None at all. They're all Freedom Day chanting at Moses Mabhida. So we're going to go and have a look at the maiden juvenile plate, Michael de Kock's runner, ran second.
Yeah. James, this horse, they told us, the stable said to us, very green horse, and that's what's worrying us about him. We got him rolling because he's fitting up, but they were really worried about the greenness. Now he's 5 off the left in the Hamdan colours, blue with the white epaulets. And you'll watch how green this horse is. The eventual winner is in the blinkers up front, and it's called Ocean Drive South, who'd be knocking at the door, sports the blinkers. But have a look in that inside group at the back, the chestnut.
Yeah, he's just tucked in behind, head one side, about 6th or 7th at this stage. The winner's rolling along in front, and he runs a good race, this horse. It definitely looks like he's going to go on and certainly be able to win his next start.
Yeah, when the winner gets clear, it shakes off the third off the box there, who's in the yellow on the inside. There's about 5, 6 in the line. And Arthur Marcus gets Kyoto to straighten up. He changes his stick here. And just this last bit, you can see that he's got ability. The penny starting to drop, I think, James.
Yeah, gets a left-handed ride, and Marcus now looks good, like he doesn't know where he's going to put his stick now, back in the left hand. And now he starts running on really well at the death. This horse will definitely go in next time. Yeah. Take a good one to beat him. So let's have a close look at him. Stable that's rolling in KwaZulu-Natal. And there are a couple, but the one that's really rolling is Wendy Whitehead, and she stepped out a first-timer in the third race. Maiden plate fillies and mares, first run for this one. Let's go and have a look at it.
Yeah, this is a good debut. As I say, Cookie's also doing well. When I interviewed her before, I asked her how would this horse run. She said it's showing some good work at home, and it runs a very good race. The winner is an unraced horse called Skyfire, who's in the black cap, 5-6 off the inside. A debutante who's a very nice horse. But I did like the run of Power Horse in third.
Absolutely. Well, Skyfire is the Duncan Howells horse with the black and white colours. And the horse that's in front now is Jollery. And just behind it is Therese Mitchley's horse with Skyfire moving through nicely. You'll see Power Horses in the red and white colours about 4 off the right-hand side with nowhere to go. Quite a long way behind the front horses at this stage, and runs on really, really well.
Smart debut.
Yeah, very good debut.
Yeah.
Switches now to the outside and now starts running on 3 off the outside, 4 off the outside fence, and runs on really well here. It's by Overlord, this, bred by the Scott brothers, our friends the Scott brothers. They breed a nice horse, the Scott brothers.
They always have, year in and year out.
This runs on really well at the death.
Lost earlier, James.
Yeah,
very lost early.
Definitely. The winner is a nice filly, Dynasty filly, and I think she'll win some races, but the third horse you definitely got to have a close look at next time. Let's go and have a look at Blast from the Past. We've got some new stuff from Byron and Johnny Foster, so there should be some interesting stuff for those of you my age.
Gates are open, soft falling rain, pulling clear. Soft falling rains won the SA Nursery by 3.
Racing in the 2,000 guineas. Gates fly and they're racing in the Godolphin Mile.
They're off and racing.
Weight didn't matter. Class tells, soft falling rain, much too good. Soft falling rain, an impressive guineas winner. Soft falling rain is drawing clear.
He's made it 7 out of 7 by winning here today.
But it's soft falling rain who is powering away. We'll see out the mile in style. A high-class performer wins the Nay of Joel Stakes. away, and Eton Lad got out to a good start from Admiralty Arch, Shining Conquest. Special Squad is up there with, on the far side, Queen's Gold, Roland Song, and then came Brief Affair. Emperor's Club is racing 6 lengths off the leader, moving up on the outside. Felix Coetzee will want to get her across towards the inside. They were followed by Circle the Sun. Flaming Rock is quite handy in his terms. He's racing about 4th or 5th from last. And Rainbow Ride is the trailers. They fight their way down the back stretch here at Turpentine, head towards that first bend. Admiralty Arch in the green colours has it. Roland Song, the yellow sleeves, yellow cap, moving up to be handy. Shining Conquest is 3rd. Eton Lad is 4th. There's Emperor's Club moving outside of Eton Lad. Felix Coetzee has her in 4th position, only 3 lengths off the leader. He's not racing wide anymore. They were followed by Secret Horde, then Special Squad, Circle the Sun and Eastbrook. Behind that is Entree. Then came Queen's Gold. Back along the inside is Transfix. As they race through the middle of the bend now, Flaming Rock is still towards the rear of the field as they go by the 1,000. Admiralty Arch has it by 3 parts of a length. Roland Song is ready to tack on the outside. She'll probably make an early dash for home. Shining Conquest is 3rd. Empress Club is 4th. Back along the inside, Eton Lad, then Eastbrook. Behind that, Queen's Gold. Flaming Rock is tucked away in the blue and white colours. He's about 7-8 lengths off this leader. They're homeward bound in the R1.25 million Administrators Cup. Admiralty Arch. Roland Song has been asked to quicken up. Empress Club in hook to the outside. Shining Conquest is coming through down the inside with Eton Lad. Roland Song appears to be struggling at this stage. They've got 500 metres to go now. Empress Club is cruising up in the centre. Empress Club in the centre of the track. Shining Conquest down between them is Admiralty Arch. Eton Lad is trying to run on. Behind them, Circle the Sun. Stag Hunters ready to tackle him. But Empress Club is still being held together in front. Empress Club is in front. Shining Conquest is giving her a tough time. Down towards the inside is Transfix running on. But they got no chance with this filly. Empress Club is powering home to victory. Empress Club has won it from Shining Conquest, Transfix, and Flaming Rock came on to run fourth.
Apologise for the quality, but what a race. And 24 years ago, 1.25 million?
Yeah, that's just an inflection. 24 years ago, James, they're $1.25 million, so a lot of money. It hasn't got the boost it should have.
Yeah, stakes should have gone up. You could have bought a very nice house for 1.25 million in those days. Today you can buy a Pondoki. Anyway, let's move on and go and have a look at the plum of the week.
Kudra towards the inside, Hungry Heart. Final judgment now looms up to Blaze of Mystery as they come to the 300. But still Blaze of Mystery is going in front by 3 parts of a length. Final judgment tight at the rail is going to try and come through. Blaze of Mystery just keeping Final Judgment on the rail. Towards the outside, Sunset Boulevard tries to close in, but Blaze of Mystery given a beautiful kick. Final Judgment had to come around, but it's Blaze of Mystery staying on for the win. Blaze of Mystery breaks the eyes. Final Judgment second, 7 lengths away, Sunset Boulevard, and Rain de la Mine was staying on.
Well, plum lucky if you back that one, but the plum was could have got 7-2, 4-1 on Interbet at any time at close to the death. It just drifted like a barge. This one, the favourite on the inside looked extremely unlucky.
Yeah, plum unlucky.
Yeah,
definitely.
Plum unlucky. Yeah. So it was plum lucky and plum unlucky. That's the way we saw this. Interesting to note that the winner came from the outside, but it's owned by a guy who's put a lot of money into racing recently, and nice to see him here.
Yeah, good. Well done to him. The guy's put his money into the game. Let's hope he has a slew of winners. Seems a nice guy.
Yeah. Apparently Duncan Howells and Gavin Smith looking after him when it couldn't be in better hands. Let's go. We've got to wrap it up for the moment. We'll be back after this race.
If you love soccer and you play the tote, you won't believe what Interbet has to offer you. All the excitement of tote betting on your computer or your cell phone. It's simple. Choose your teams and your bets, work out what your combinations will cost, see how big the pool is, and place your bets. You can even track your bet live as it happens and get updates on your progress. It's all the fun of the tote on your phone. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now at www.interbet.co.za and you could be a winner.
Right, welcome to another edition of Current Affairs, and straight into our new segment, which is the Graduate of the Week. Every week, Bloodstock's SA supply us with one, and this week it's Alma, as you can see on your screen, for the second successive week in a row. Our Bloodstock South Africa Graduate of the Week was bred by Chevrolet Stud, and Alma is by Dynasty out of Tears Dance. She won her second successive Grade 3 race to win the King's Cup on Friday night, the 11th of February at Greyville over 10 furlong and pouring rain. Frank Robinson trains her, Fish Sturgeon rode her, and she's owned by Mr. Biffov. Alma has completed a hat-trick of wins and has now won 7 over 17 races with 3 places. She's proven to be a versatile filly, having won in all conditions in both the poly and the grass. And that's from Kevin Woolard. Good filly, James.
Very good filly. Very nice filly indeed. And we've always loved her. She's been our plum a couple of times. She's been our best bet a couple of times, and she's come to the party. She's a great filly.
Yeah, she's a great
National Yearling Sales. Let's go and have a look at a little bit of the history of the National Yearling Sales.
Four-legged personalities who have made the long journey for the fashionable Witwatersrand Agricultural Spring Show, which revealed striking advancement in horse and cattle breeding in South Africa. Later, some of the celebrities paraded before an interested crowd of admirers, many of whom were prepared to pay a goodly sum of money, in one case 2,700 guineas, for the privilege of acting permanent host to these equine mannequins. And who, with any horse sense, would say nay to the prospect of being saddled with one of these beauties?
Pot 4, a South African thoroughbred, made a brave showing in the ring and was ultimately sold for 575 guineas.
The stables behind the main arena of Johannesburg's Milner Park are filled with the cream of equestrian society. For this is the 62nd annual sale of thoroughbred yearlings, and these blue-blooded horses fetch some golden prices. The buying, selling and breeding of racehorses is perhaps not the ideal hobby for everyone, but anyone can enjoy the excitement of the annual auction.
At 18,000, 18,250, at 21,000 rand, the third and last time, all done, 21,000 rand.
Not bad for a one-year-old.
The Honourable Hendrik Skuman, Minister of Agriculture, arrives for the opening of the Thoroughbred Breeders Association's 1 million rand complex adjoining the Germiston Sporting Club.
Dit is die eerste keer dat die jaarlikse veiling van volbloedvillings by die nuwe eenheid gehou word.
The auction area seats 600 people with standing room for a further 300.
Ten spyte van die huidige ekonomiese resessie is 162 teelers van oor die hele Suid-Afrika in Johannesburg vir die veiling.
686 horses were sold. Gross takings were more than 4 million rand.
Bekende paardeteler meneer Paul de Wet behaal vanjaar met een van sy veilings 'n rekordprys van 71.000 rand.
Wonderful to see the old footage, and well done to Andrew Bond who supplied that. And James, were you around for any of those?
Yeah, there was a very pretty girl there. Do you know who she was?
No.
Russell Laird's daughter, Lindy Laird.
Okay.
Theresa's sister.
Okay, that's right.
Therese Mitchley's sister.
Yeah.
That was her, I'm sure. You know, it's a long time ago, but...
Hard to miss a pretty face, James.
No, I'm definitely never going to miss a pretty face. Anyway, let's move on. We've got lots to chat about.
Yeah, we have.
Shall we go and have a look at Cheltenham?
Let's get that out.
Cheltenham was a week to remember, and there are a couple of things that we pulled out as highlights. We pulled out the Queen Mother Chase. Let's go and have a look at this lot.
In third, a spectacular jump. Summersby Speed was over in 4th place. Then Godzone, Dodging Bullets, Just Cameron. Top of the hill, Under So now level pegging with Special Tiara. Looks as though he can take Special Tiara. Sprinter Sacra's got 3 or 4 legs to make up. Then Summers beat Dodging Bullets in a frenziedly run Queen Mother Champion chase. And Under So, last year's Arkle winner, now takes it up under Rupee Walsh, seeking his Cheltenham Festival half-century. Sprinter Sacra trying to get on terms over this one. And it's Under So, a mistake from Sprinter Sacra there. Under So, Sprinter Sacra going up into second on the inside of Special Tiara. There's a great cheer from the crowd as Special Tiara is forced out wide by Sprinter Sacra, who's coming through to challenge Under So now as they race to the final and takes it up. Sprinter Sacra from Under So, and then Special Tiara and Godzone, and Nico de Boinville has got the favourite in trouble. They approach the second last. Sprinter Sacra, he soared over it. 4-5 lengths clear. Under So's in trouble. Then Special Tiara. Here's the final fence. Sprinter Sacra. Safely with the hill left to climb. Nico de Boinville goes for his whip here. This is the old Sprinter coming up the Cheltenham Hill here. Sprinter Sacra by 6
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh my sweet face, Sprinter Sacra, you are a dog. You are a dog.
Sprinter Sacra wins the Queen Mother Champion chase for the second time. What an amazing horse. Under So and Special Tiara finding it out.
Well, there we are, Sprinter Sacre, and what a horse this has proven to be over the years. And Nicky Henderson, James, had this horse at the top of his game in 2013.
2013, he won 5 Group 1s in a row, and Barry Geraghty was the rider in those days. He was Nicky Henderson's rider. This guy that rode it this time is Nico de Bonville, who's Nicky Henderson's now #1 jockey. Now, Nico de Bonville rode this horse work every single day. He was an apprentice or a learner. He was a young jump jockey learning his trade. Every day he worked for Nicky Henderson. He rode this horse, got his chance 2016 to ride it. So, you know, it's a wonderful story because Barry Geraghty sat in the stand because he's JP McManus's #1 rider, and he didn't have a ride. But Henderson stuck with his man, and Nico de Bonville won on it. And the horse has been in the wilderness for 3 years, but what a horse.
What a horse, won comfortably.
16 out of 22 wins. Hell of a horse. We're going to look at the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Now, Cheltenham Gold Cup is the biggest jump race in England, probably the biggest jump race in the world. And the Irish always win it, and it wasn't different. In fact, the Twiston Davises and those guys, they've won it the last couple of years. I think that Philip Hobbs won it 1 year. I think that the guy, David and Nichols, Paul Nichols won it one year. But this year, the Irish were on top. And in fact, funnily enough, if you look at, they've got something called the Pembrey Cup, which is between the Irish and English trainers.
Yeah.
And it was drawn 14 apiece. They each won 14 races at the Cheltenham.
That's very good, eh?
So nice to see the English
Irish
bounce
coming
back.
to town, eh?
Yeah, Willie Mullins. Willie Mullins ran 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Let's go and have a look at the Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Boy giving Noel Feely a tremendous ride. Don Cossack on the outside for Brian Cooper. Now draws alongside to make a line of 3 as they head down towards 4 out. Jacques Adamo Fuellen's boy, mistake by Don Cossack. Q-Card now disputes 3rd place under a patient Paddy Brennan as the runners head off down the hill towards the final 3 fences in the Tamiko Cheltenham Gold Cup of 2016. 4 in a line. On the inside it's Jacques Adam, Q-Card O'Fuellen's boy and Don Cossack. As they go 3 out, Q-Card is down. Q-Card with every chance is down. He's up on his feet okay though, Paddy Brennan. Can't believe it. And Don Cossack and Jacques Adam look like fighting out the finish to the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Brian Cooper on the outside sends Don Cossack to the lead as they straighten up for home. 2 more fences left to go. Jacques Adam is 2 lengths down there. Yawning gap to Smad Place. Don Poley continues to stay on. Here's the second last. Up towards it now. Don Cossack in tight, got away with it. Jacques Adam got in close as well. 3 lengths to find. 10 lengths away back in 3rd. Then it's Don Poley. But here's the final fence now for Don Cossack. Comes towards it, measured it beautifully. Jacques Adam is not going down without a fight, but Don Cossack is 4 lengths clear as they race on up the hill in the Tamiko Cheltenham Gold Cup. And Don Cossack for Jigginstown and Gordon Elliott and Brian Cooper will win the Tamiko Cheltenham Gold Cup of 2016. Jacques Adam 2nd for the 2nd year running. Don Poley 3rd. Carlingford Lock Press for 4th there together with the Grey Irish Cavaliers. Smad Place came home next.
Well, there we are, Don Cossack. James, do you remember the Don Cossack of yesteryear, the sprinter?
Yeah, I think maybe Brian Cherry trained it,
yes, I think he did.
It was a KwaZulu-Natal horse. He was a very, very good sprinter.
Very good horse. And this is a great stayer.
Well, the interesting part about this story is that the horse that fell, Q Card, was looking to write his name in the history books, as he had done very well last year. And this horse was ridden by a guy called Brian Cooper. Brian Cooper's Tom Cooper's son. Now, I'm sure they're related to all the Coopers that were here, Basil Cooper and that lot. And, you know, I think they're all from the same Irish ancestry. And Brian Cooper, the young man, he's only 23. Mullins and Walsh finished second, and Mullins finished third and fourth. But the other big news out of Cheltenham, and there's some interesting news, is Victoria Pendleton. Do you know who she is?
It's an athlete or something.
Yeah, she is a bike rider, a bicycle rider, an Olympic bicycle rider.
Okay.
She did something called the switching saddles, where they switch from bike riding. She's 35 years old, so she's given up the bike riding, to race riding. And she went and learned to trade with the hills, and she rode in Fox Hunters, which is a big amateur chase, 3 3/4 miles around Cheltenham. And she ended up running 5th in the race, so she made headlines, and she's done
very good,
a huge amount for the sport. Yeah. And the other big thing was the JBC Triumph Hurdle was won by a horse called Ivanovich Gorbatov. Okay.
Yes.
Monsieur horse. Do you know
who was Ivanovich Gorbachev?
I don't know.
Painter.
Was he?
Yeah, painter.
Well, they named their horses. All those Irish named their horses after famous people.
Painter. Years and years
there's no point in naming your horse after Paddy or Mick or O'Toole or someone. So you call your horse after a European painter. And the O'Brien team, the Coolmore bunch, that's their long suit.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, it was trained by Joseph O'Brien. Okay.
The jockey.
Yeah, the ex-jockey. He's given up, and he's got 70 horses in training at his mother's parents' place.
He's just given up riding. He's got 70 horses. Is that silver spoon in your mouth, or is it the whole country set?
Well, you know, the point is that's what happens. You know?
Yeah.
And he trained this winner, but it's not in his name. It's in Aidan's name, and it was quite clear, everyone knew that it's actually Joseph trained it, and he did the interview afterwards and the whole thing, because he hasn't been given his license yet through some glitch with the jockey club.
Red tape goes all over the world. It's the same, I see.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right. Let's have a break for a race, James, because we've got to show you some other stuff in.
Okay, we're going to have a break for a race. We'll be back.
Yeah, there's some interesting things that happened over the weekend, and this weekend they had the Golden Slipper in Australia. Now $3.5 million this year was the best 2-year-old round, and we joked about my brother having a share in a horse, an unbeaten share. We ran in the race and finished last.
But are we actually going to watch that, or are we going to see the George Rider?
Well, probably in any order.
No, we got the George Rider first.
Let's talk about the George Rider.
You got to stick with the program here.
Okay.
You know?
The George Rider.
Spielberg's got to get mad with you.
Don't tell me.
Yeah. We got the George Rider. Tell us about
it's
that.
It's a horse called Winx in Australia. Winx will be the horse of the year. There's no doubt. It's one of his last 5 Group 1s, and it always comes from way off them. Trained by Chris Waller, by Street Cry, great stallion, James.
Yeah. This filly is absolute champion. She would win anywhere.
This will be Aussie horse of the year. Let's have a look at the George Rider, Group 1 from Rosehill.
The red light is on for the George Rider. And the gates open, they're off, and Turn Me Loose was the first into stride. Press Statement jumped well together with First Seal, who's mustering. It's Turn Me Loose from First Seal and Press Statement third, Tinto in fourth. Further back to Hucklebuck in the second half of the field, together with Winx, Happy Clapper, and Kermadex the last one. Winx might be caught 3 wide on settling, as Turn Me Loose is taken to the front by Boston. 2 lengths clear from First Seal and Press Statement, and Bowman slides forward on the great mare Winx. She goes to third, just shading Press Statement. Two further back to Tinto. Then Hucklebuck from Happy Clapper, and Kermadec on the fences last of all. There are no challengers to Turn Me Loose for the lead at the 800 metres. 2 lengths clear from First Seal, and Winks is getting closer in third. A half length away to the Cold Press Statement. 2 off to the Toowoomba mare Tinto from the South Australian Hucklebuck, and the last 2, Kermadec and Happy Clapper. They've got 5.50 to run. Turn Me Loose right on the bridle from First Seal, who comes off. Press Statement inching closer. Bowman sits very quietly on Winks as they round the turn. Kermadec goes for an inside run into the straight now, and Winks races up to join First Seal. Press Statement. Kermadec's finishing hard on the fence. Winks races to the lead. Kermadec's in for the fight on the inside. So's the Cold Press Statement. Winks in front from Kermadec. Winks just in front from Kermadec. Oh, the mighty mare. She's a superstar, Winks. She's done it easily the last 50. Winks beats Kermadec and Press Statement. Then Happy Clapper, First Seal, Turn Me Loose, Hucklebuck.
Yeah, this is a superstar, this filly. I've been watching her win for months and months, and as I say, it's a foregone conclusion that this horse will be Australia's Horse of the Year. New Zealand-born Chris Waller's a very good trainer in Australia.
Yeah, top man. He's doing the job there, and really, this filly won under a hard hold. He never even asked her. She's just far too good for them. But the Golden Slipper is it's a huge race, and the prize money is $3.5 million. Okay. The winner gets $2 million, which is 22 million rand.
Yeah, that's good money.
And it's always a race they talk about. It's the biggest 2-year-old race in Australia. We're trying to get fields for 2-year-old races.
James, the horse who wins it is a horse called Capitalist. Now, I watched Capitalist win the Magic Millions race in January. He never took a deep breath. Then he had another run, James, and he got beat. The only time he got beat, and I thought, well, he's not that good. So now he comes into the Slipper with a bit of a cloud over his head. He's buying a new stallion called Written Tycoon, and they're starting to pay a lot of money for the Written Tycoons. But what's interesting is bought by a guy called James Herron. James Herron's a young bloodstock agent.
Yes.
Now,
his Gay Waterhouse bloodstock agent.
He did. He asked a lot of people. Him and Henry Field from Newgate Farm, they married sisters. So they're big buddies, and they bought this horse. Now, Henry Field has got a share in Willow Magic in this country.
Okay.
So that's the connection. And then people thought, well, this horse is going to be under pressure. Trained by the great Snowdens, Paul and Peter Snowden. And there were a lot of horses. I know that I think the Chinese Racing Club had bought into one of the runners, the favourite. Yeah. So it looked an interesting race. Let's have a look at it.
In the Golden Slipper. Take 2. Here's Darren. 60th running of the Longines Golden Slipper. Here we go. Stand by. They're about to break. Racing now in the Slipper, and Defcon immediately snagged back, and the favourite slow out Extreme Choice. Extreme Choice will settle down second last into Stern Jump quickly, together with Sweet Sherry, Flying Artie right up there. So's Honesty Prevails, Scarlet Rain out deep from French Fern, then Capitalist on the rails from Yankee Rose, Kiss and Make Up midfield, followed by Quick Feet, Star Turn into the first corner. Calliope's caught very deep, Defcon snagged down to the rails from Telperion, and would you believe it, the favourite Extreme Choice is last. Down the side in the roughy, Sweet Sherry leads, out by a length to a Stern. Flying Artie railing through into third from Scarlet Rain out deep as they race up to the turn in the Slipper. Honesty Prevails between them. Capitalist looking for the run. Then Yankee Rose, Scarlet Rain, and further back to French Fern. Sweet Sherry leads from the Well Fancy to Stern. Capitalist is into the clear. Flying Artie to the inside, and then Honesty Prevails. Here's Capitalist going after Sweet Sherry, and then came Flying Artie. But Capitalist, the Magic Millions winners, drawn clear in the Slipper. Yankee Rose home into second, but Capitalist takes it out. Capitalist by a half length to Yankee Rose. Photo third, Flying Artie and Telperion. Then came Star Turn from Honesty Prevails. Extreme Choice making up many lengths from Sweet Sherry. Quick.
Yeah, superb horse, this Capitalist, and James, it'll be syndicated now for millions.
Yes, he'll go to stud. That's what the Australians do. They send all these. Piero was the first one that we saw. Didn't we watch him? Testarossa, we watched win the Slipper.
Testarossa, Sepoy, Piero. These are cracking horses, you know. I remember it was won by a Mossman filly called Mossfun.
Didn't he win the Slipper as
well? He might have. I don't know. He might have. But those were the two big races, and showing the best 2-year-olds in Australia at the moment, and showing the Horse of the Year. Just some other news to come out, James. Obviously, over the weekend there was a CTS sale.
Yeah.
And I went through the figures, averaged 107. That's good.
Very good.
It's book 2. And top lot was an oratorio. You know, I think.
Well done to Pippa.
Yeah, I think Pippa did the top 2 because that was 650. There's a VAR for 600, and there's a Black Manalouche for 600. So it was a good sale. You know, Rainbow Beach Trading, James.
Yeah.
They were the biggest buyers.
That's Chris Finico.
Yeah, they spent the
biggest
most.
buyers.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to some other international news. Interesting that Sir Patrick Hogan says this horse Tavistock might be the horse, this new stallion that he's got, Tavistock by Monsieur, might be the horse to take over from Sir Tristram and Sir Beale.
Yeah.
Says he waited
Doing
6
very
years.
well.
6 years for a horse. So that's quite interesting. Todd Pletcher had his 4,000th winner. Teflon Todd.
Teflon Todd,
You read Indian Charlie?
Every now and then.
Yeah,
every now and then.
Teflon Todd, as he's called in Indian Charlie. He's had his 4,000th winner, which is a phenomenal feat.
Yeah, he's a very good trainer.
Now, another interesting thing that I read on the websites was that the Injured Jockeys Challenge in Ireland is a 3-race series where jockeys raise 10,000 euros each, okay, to go into Injured Jockeys Fund. So they raise 120,000 euros in each of the races from sponsors or whatever to go into the Injured Jockeys Fund. And what it does is it illustrates the difference between most jockeys worldwide who are free agents and what happens here. Because the jockeys here are a band of brothers who are all under one roof, and they are looked after by an insurance premium, you know, and they all pay in towards the insurance and whatever. Jockeys everywhere else in the world have got to fend for themselves. So these Injured Jockeys Funds are very, very important to them. If you want to go and take out an insurance in England as a jockey, you take out your own insurance. You can't go as a group. There's no group insurance.
It's Injured Jockeys race.
Yeah.
I was thinking along the lines of the guys who rode were injured. We could say
no,
Hat and Shay and people like that.
Can you imagine?
We've got our injured jockeys. We'll send them over.
Hill, we could say Robbie Hill, Dennis Bosch. We could have a Gavin Fantel. It could be a good race. Mace.
That's a good one. But it's a good idea that they rally around each other.
Well, what's happened is that the top guys will end up riding in the race, the guys who can find 10,000 euros as a sponsor.
Yeah.
And all that money goes towards the Injured Jockeys Fund. So it's a way of raising 350,000 or 360,000 euros for the Injured Jockeys Fund.
Very good.
And Ruby Walsh is the chairman.
Talking about injured people, Dave Mollett.
Yeah.
You know, he's got another hip-hop, another knee-op or something. Yeah, he was a defender for Halifax when he was this tall.
Yeah.
He's never walked properly.
Halifax Town? Yeah.
Halifax Town.
But he's a bit bow-legged. Didn't they get a lot through the...
That's why I didn't stay there too long. He had to start writing.
Yeah.
But they're organising a golf day. Keith Waterson's organising the golf day. And also these the Linda's at Bush Solutions, gmail.com. bushsolutions@gmail.com is where you can help. He's putting together this trust so that he can pay for all these knee changes and hip changes.
Yeah. You've got to have Molly mobile. Molly's got to be mobile.
Yeah, you know? Molly has got to be mobile. Thanks very much.
If you follow
Linda,
Molly, you fill your Wally.
Fill your Wally, follow Molly. You know?
I don't know what a Wally is.
Is it Wally or Molly?
Molly.
Yeah, no, Molly's one of the fixtures now racing. And let's get his hips and his knees sorted out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Dubai.
Yeah, in your call.
Your call.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of interesting snippets. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with your call. Well, the team's on their way today. Phil Giorgio and all his bunch are off to Dubai, and my goodness, are they going to have the time of their lives. I really envy them. I was lucky enough to go last year, and you're going to be going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll fly tomorrow for the horses race. It's great excitement. Wonderful to get out there and...
Wonderful to get in, because there was doubts that you were going to get into the race. You know?
It depends what merit rating they were using, and they dropped him 2, which put us in danger. But we got in, we got our invite, and as I said earlier, I think I said on TV yesterday, the race is worth 95 million rand.
Yeah, but I need to know a little more from you about it. Who's riding the horse? What's going on? Give us the background.
The whole background to this was going to be Strike Australia was going to ride him. He's been very loyal to us, and he unfortunately broke his collarbone, and we've had to use other riders, and they've ridden him well. No complaints from any of the riders, but both last 2 runs tight for racing room. So they fly out the jockey, so we said we'd go with a South African jockey, keep the South African interest up. And Anthony Delpesh, like Arthur Marcus, people like that have had great success in that
absolutely.
arena.
Anthony Delpesh, Vengeance of Rain. That was
Vengeance of Rain, and JPEG for Marcus, you know.
And Tom Marcus.
So and Anthony Delpesh is riding the horse. He's like Marcus. They're riding plenty of winners. And
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good plug for South Africa, having Anthony out there again. His record is 3 rides, 1st, 3rd and 4th. So we're hoping for a lot of luck. It's a great field. The good news from our perspective is that Solo is not going to come out.
Yeah, he bruised his foot, which is great news, because he looked like
he looked hardest to beat. He won it last year. And there's some very good invites. We're going to lock horns with Michael de Kock's good horses too. So, but it's a great evening. Just being there, the build-up week is fantastic, James.
Apparently, Very Special is also not running. Now, that was a second-rated horse in
I
the
believe
race.
that could be... Where is the final field at? I think
it comes out today.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we haven't got it. So all we're working on is the invites, or the invitees. We got it at a list last week, which shows what looks like it's going to run. So let's go back and have a look. It's a 9-race program. And the minimum stake is $1 million, which is for the purebred Arabians. That's the first race on the card. But the Gold Cup is a race that Mike de Kock would dearly like to win. And let's take you back to last year and go and have a look at that Gold Cup.
And the leader is Mushrek, showing the way by a length and a half. Brown Panther is second. Azima's a length and a half away, running third. Marzocco 4th on the rail. Another length away, Havana Beat. Then 2.5 lengths to Vaza, 1 to Couptado. 3/4 of a length to Dormello, followed by Meandre on the inside of Dub Day. A length and a half to Star Empire going past the 1,200 metres pole. Batheron's on the rail. Brass Ring's improving on the outside. He's now 3rd last. Al Moonquist 2nd last, and Rio Tigre had again been relegated to the rear of the field. 1,600 metres in 1:40.5, 2,000 metres in 2:5, and they're leaving the back of the track. And down the side, Mushrek has made play. 800 metres from the judge. He's 3 parts of a length in front of Brown Panther. Azima 3rd, Marzocco 4th on the rail. A length away, Havana Beat being niggled at. Batheron, sticking to the plastic, is making ground on the inside. Then Meandre, Star Empire. Dub Day, El Moonquith, Rio Tigre, Dormello, Couptado, Vassar and Brass Ring when heads were turned for home in the Dubai Gold Cup, and Brown Panther has run to the lead. Brown Panther in front by 2 lengths over Azima. Havana Beat on the outside, then Batheron. El Moonquist running on, but it's Brown Panther past the 200 metres mark. Brown Panther 3 lengths in front of Azima. Star Empire and Havana Beat are battling away, but Brown Empire with 50 metres left to go has it parcelled up. Goal! Owen and Partners won, the rest nil. Brown Panther has won. A photo for the miners.
Well, the part you want to watch is Star Empire. Put your PVR on, go back and watch this horse put his head down and run. He's 8 years old then. He's now 9 years old, I think, Star Empire. He won them $200,000 for running second. He is a star, and he's back again this year. Mike's also got Talina.
James, I've got different figures here. I've got him as 793,000 for second.
Don't worry about what you've got, okay? Don't worry about that, okay?
Brown Panther, Star Empire.
That is
selling it short, James.
That means absolutely nothing, okay?
What's the race worth?
Means nothing. The race is worth $2 million. Worth $1 million, okay?
Was it
$1
worth $1
million?
Okay.
And let me tell you, I know what the figures are. I've got it right here in front of me. $600,000 to the winner, dollars. And,
okay, well, I'm going to speak to Spielberg about the list he gave me.
Okay, so now speak to Spielberg about the list. Okay, this is just the results from last year, and it's probably in Spanish francs or something. Okay, but I got it here. Don't worry about it. I got the right figures. Star Empire, brilliant, wasn't he?
Absolutely gutsy. He's still been campaigning this year, and he's earned a lot of money in his career.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go and have a look at the Derby, because the Derby is the race that Mike won last year, Mubtahij, and then went on to great things. And he's back for the Dubai World Cup this year. But Mike's won the Derby a few times, and he'll be looking to win it again this year. Let's go and have a look.
Gates are back. They're racing in the Derby, and Motar a little slow to move. Mubtahij from the inside, one of the first out, and Tap That came out very quickly. Golden Barrows began well, and Diadumas goes forward, and it's Japan 1, 2 and 3 as they race past the judge the first time and towards the turn out of the straight. Tap That claimed the rail. Golden Barrows second. Diadumas third, and Sir Fever got caught in traffic, had to check going into that bend. Mubtahij settles on the rail. El Najemel Faze pushes up in the middle. A length and a half away, Faithful Creek on the outside of Motar. My Johnny Be Good is second last, and Maftool had dropped out to the rear of the field after they left. 400 metres behind in 26 flat, and travelling down the back. Tap That showed the way at the 1100 metres peg from Golden Barrows. Sir Fever has now hooked wide on the track. He's 4 deep going up to attack. Diadumas is 3 wide in a line of 4 as they really test themselves heading towards that back corner. Mubtahij is a length away at the 800 metres mark, enjoying the run of the race. 1 to Motar, 3/4 of a length to Faithful Creek. Then Maftool, followed by My Johnny Be Good, and El Najemel Faze had dropped out to be a long last of all as Tap That brings them to the 500 metres peg. They're about to round the bend. Tap That and Golden Barrows, the Japanese pair, flattened for the run to the judge. Mubtahij is a length and a half away. He comes around their heels now and is about to give chase. Mubtahij moved up with 250 metres left to go, went straight past the leading pair and went for home. Christos Simeon put his foot flat to the metal, and the Derby's all over. Mubtahij is absolutely tearing away. It's a matter of how far. Mubtahij, eased in the run of the judge, has won the Derby, with Maftool running on to get second, but beaten a long way. Golden Barrows third, Motar fourth, and then came Tap That, followed by...
Well, I think this all started with Victory Moon. Was it Victory Moon was the first
Victory
Derby
Moon,
winner that
Dean Maroon and friends.
Mike trained for.
I think so. Wayne Smith rode it.
He's trained about
four
or five Derby winners.
Yeah.
This
he trained one for Mary.
Yeah,
that stood out here as well.
Very impressive.
Yeah. No, Mike's got this. Him and Said Bintu have dominated this race for years. He's got a horse this year, hasn't he, Michael?
He's got the Argentine champion filly. She's in the entries. Her name's Val Dory.
Oh yes.
And she ran second to I think it was a Loop de Vega filly that won.
Congrats. Congrats filly.
Congrats filly.
Doug Watson's.
In the Oaks.
That's right.
Doug Watson, that might be named Polar River, I think.
Something like that, yeah. I think you're right. What's that been nominated for?
They're both in the Derby.
Okay.
So that filly has won all its races, but Valderie flies Mike de Kock flag, South African flag, and let's hope that she can follow up. She'll definitely be competitive, and that's the 2 races that we should have chances in. Now let's go and have a look at the Al Kharouz Sprint, okay? Because Soul Power is back again to have a go at it. He won it last year. Let's go and have a look at him.
Back go the gates. They're off and racing, and Artug and Lancelot Delac were slow to move. Hatoto has missed the start. Amber Sky came out brilliantly. He's gone looking for the lead from Via Africa, Bundle of Joy. Distinctive Passion going forward too, followed then by Caspian Prince just off the pace, and Penophobia is followed further back by Casper Nature, Merzer, Farmars on the far side, then Artug, Soul Power, Lancelot Delac. So Maximilian's a long way back as they link with the course proper, where Amber Sky is the leader. Amber Sky showing the way. over Distinctive Passion, giving chase. Penophobia on the outside, Bundle of Joy on the inside, and Via Africa and Step of Point now beginning to run on. Amber Sky in front of Penophobia. Here's Soul Power descending on the outside. Soul Power's coming with a wet sail on the outside. Will he do it in Dubai finally? Yes, he will. Soul Power. Soul Power has won from Penophobia with Green Mask on the far side, flashing up to be third. Then Bundle of...
Well, having watched that, you'll see Soul Power's back again, Penophobia's back again, but it doesn't end there.
Richard Hughes is not back there.
No, Richard Hughes is training horses
What's
now.
interesting, James, is there's an Urchijol in the sprint, trained by some other guy. Same name as Michael de Kock's hard spun horse.
Absolutely. They've both got exactly the same name. It's trained by Rashid Al-Rahi, who's one of the Sheikh's trainers in Dubai. But this is going to be a fabulous, fabulous race. Buffering's coming from Australia. You've got the two Hong Kong horses. John Moore and Tony Cruz, Penophobia. Then you've got obviously Soul Power. Robert Cowles bringing a horse called Gold Dream from Britain. Mongolian Saturday is an American horse who's a champion sprinter in America. This is going to be a race. Biel Kanto from Japan. It's a great race. Maximilian, British. It's going to be a great race. Nice to see Tony Millard's got a super jockey in the Golden Shaheen, which is the other sprint, okay, and that's on the dirt. That comes from Hong Kong for Tony Millard. So
nice.
Hopefully,
so there's a nice South African
they're going to be, you know what, they'll all catch up. Tony Millard and Anthony Delpeche will have dinner together, that's for certain. You know, they're big mates.
That'll spin for payment.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of fun there. But the Dubai World Cup is all about the World Cup. And this year is probably the best field I've ever seen put together. California Chrome comes back. Prince Bishop's been retired. He comes back, and then there's Keen Ice and Frosted.
Frosted's a big horse.
Yeah, they're all big horses, and this is going to be some type of race. Mubtahij from Mike's Yard goes to take them on. He's been beaten by them before, but whether they beat him this time will be interesting to see. Let's go and watch last year's race.
California Chrome loaded, the signals are given. Starter at the button. Gates are back, racing in the Dubai World Cup. Candy Boy and Epiphaneus slow to move. Hoko Taramai came out quickly. African Story fast away. Lee is third. California Chrome going to fourth on the outside of Long River. 2 lengths away, Epiphanea, one to side glance. Candy Boy is second last, and Prince Bishop, being hustled in the early part, had dropped out to the rear as the Cup field makes the turn to the back with 1,500 metres left to go. And Japan's Hoko Taramai leads by 3/4 of a length. African Story second, Long River 3/4 of a length away third. Ahead to California Chrome, he's 4 deep into the back past the 1,300 metres mark. Lee on the fence, 3/4 of a length to Epiphanea, one to side glance on the inside of Candy Boy, and 2.5 lengths to Prince Bishop. 400 metres in 25.6, 800 metres in 49.4, and down the back of the track, Hoko Taramai by 3/4 of a length to African Story. California Chrome's a length away. He's third, but he's travelled wide from the word go. Lee is fourth. Long River under pressure. Prince Bishop's making ground. He's running on from the back. Then Candy Boy, Epiphanea and Side Glance had dropped out to the rear. Hoko Taramai, a half length in front of African Story. California Chrome has loomed up 3 deep. Lee behind them. Prince Bishop is deeper out as they turn the corner. Hoko Taramai in front of California Chrome and Prince Bishop on the outside. Lee's into the clear. He'll have to give them 2 lengths. Prince Bishop in front with 250 metres left to go. Prince Bishop's got away from California Chrome, then Hoko Taramai and Lee, but it's the Prince Bishop and William Buick. Prince Bishop is clear, and Prince Bishop wins the 20th Dubai World Cup. Prince Bishop has beaten California Chrome, and third was Lee. Then Candy Boy, Hoko Taramai, African Story.
Well, that's one of the most amazing racing performances I've ever seen. This horse was completely outpaced and off the bit. He raced round the outside of them and won in a canter.
Betfair do in-running punting.
Yeah.
Imagine down the back straight what Prince Bishop must have gone to with 7 lengths off the second last horse, going nowhere. Must have gone 1,000 to 1.
Well, he was 14 to 1. He started, okay.
And he won like he joined them at the 400.
Yeah, and he beat California Chrome. California Chrome's back this time for another go, and it's a very interesting race. Keen Ice is the second rated horse, Dale Romans from America. American horses top 3 rated. Kieran McLaughlin's Frosted, rated the 3rd best. Mike de Kock's horse, Mubtahij, is the next best, and then only then is Special Fighter from the UAE. And then you've got Interlock from Roger Varian's stable.
Yeah.
Bob Baffert brings Opportunity into the race. Then the Japanese horse, never ever ignore the Japanese horses. They've got some proper horses there. Mishawish from Todd Pletcher. Todd Pletcher's horse, Mishawish. Gun Pits from Hong Kong, Casper Farms. That's already won at the carnival.
James, just going back to Mishawish for a moment. That was up for sale a few weeks back. Linton Ryan phoned me about it.
Yeah.
He said this horse is on the market. Look at it now, it's right in there. A few months later.
Yeah.
Amazing, eh?
So there you go. And then there's the French horse Vadamos from Andre Farb's yard, Candy Boy, Doug Watson, and Teletex from Saudi Arabia. So if you're looking for an international field, this is it.
This is it. This is international. Be a great race, James. And it's what's it, $10 million?
$10 million. The winner gets $6 million. What is interesting is that you've got the horses that American Pharaoh beat. The 2 3-year-olds who are now 4-year-olds coming up against California Chrome. And not only the 2 3-year-olds, but Mubtahij, who Mike took over to America on that famous trip, which certainly helped us a lot and covered us with a bit of glory to go and run that well in those races. But Frosted and Keen Ice both ran, and we've got to take them on again. It's just going to be a fantastic evening's racing.
It's absolutely.
You looking forward to it?
Absolutely, because it's the big week that Phil George's team put on. Brunches and a game of golf and dunes and parties and bras, and it's just gourmand's week.
And the dinner on the top of the grandstand on Friday night.
The boat trip on Sunday.
Yeah, boat trip on Sunday. Friday night to me was a highlight. That dinner that Mike de Kock organises with his client there and his friend.
Yeah.
That is the best party you'll ever go to.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm sorry I'm not going to be there. But anyway, us artists can't keep going on these world trips.
No, that's true.
We've got to stay at home and try
Get
and
a good horse.
Try and make a living.
Get a good horse.
Who knows? You never know what's around the corner. That's what it's all about.
You never know what you got in your yard. If there's a good horse one day, you could be queuing up.
So Dubai World Cup, don't miss the race meeting. It will be fantastic. It will be live on Teletrack. And to you guys, as part of the South African team, all the very best.
As the French say, merde.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just enjoy it and have a great time because
Thank you very much.
a life experience. We're all behind you. The whole of South Africa is behind our boys in Dubai. So let's wish them the best and look forward to watching them on our screens and shout them home. Enjoy your week's racing. I'm certainly going to enjoy mine.
It's a very good race, Laura. I thought Mujareb had a chance of doing it again. Forey's Waltz moves in. He's taken over as international favourite in front of Ertagel. He's been well supported, and he is also picked 6 favourite. Forey's Waltz but pounced on the outside, went to his stable companion. Ertagel battles back, but the South Africans are 1, 2 and 4 in the end.